Welcome back to Watauga, where we're going to chop the top, and we've started some demolition. We'll take you inside in a few minutes. But one of the things we want to talk about is when we're doing a renovation project like this, one of the nice things to do is clean up some of these old utilities. And what we've got here is a bunch of power lines, overhead power lines, cable lines, all of that. And one of the parts of this project is taking all the utilities, infrastructure, and moving it to the other side of the house. We've got it all spread around. We've got HVAC on the side, we've got gas on the back, we've got power coming in overhead. And what we're gonna try to do is clean all that up, get it all on the other side of the house where you don't really see it, and get this stuff buried. So let's go and see how we're doing on the demolition so far. So we've started the demolition, and we're doing some investigatory work to look at what do we have here. And so one of the first things we wanted to start with was getting the ceiling down and really getting a good look at the roof, because we are taking this roof off. This is going to be a section where we've got a double volume space. So this is actually going to be overlooking the interior balcony here, looking out. And so we wanted to see what we were looking at. One of our concerns was what's going on the wall above these windows. Outside, the brick stops at the window, and so then what condition do we have from the window above? So we've got a couple different conditions as we go around, but so we were able to get the ceiling out. We all remember Magda getting us kicked off with her handiwork here with the golden sledgehammer. So this wall will be coming down soon. This does carry the ceiling joist, and so that was part of the concern, because we didn't want to take this wall out and have some stuff come down on us. So we've got this opened up, kitchen is out, wall is opened up here. We'll be relocating the electrical panel. So one of the things we're looking at doing is cleaning up all the utilities in this house and getting everything sort of more migrated and collected over onto the other side of the house, so it's all together. Again, this room will be open. This is the living room, dining room. We'll be replacing this window. You can see here what they did is two 2x6s for the headers. They've got it in both conditions, both the sidewall and the end wall. And so what we're looking at is how we're going to extend this up as we go for the second floor. Kitchen's been gutted. We'll clean up all of our plumbing and utilities here. This will be expanding out into the back. So this is an area, this was really helpful for us. So one of the things as we're doing the design, and one of the tricks is when you come in to do the initial field verification that Aaron was talking about, you can't see behind the walls. You can't see into what we're gonna be working on. So when we do this first wave of demolition, it's super helpful to find out this information. And so right here, you can see how they built this brick wall. Now, we don't do it like this. This is kind of common to the 50s and maybe even early 60s, when they would actually back up the brick right to the surface here. Nowadays, you put a 1-inch air gap between so that you don't get that direct contact of moisture. But that's the existing condition we've got to deal with. It's actually in pretty good shape from everywhere we've been able to look at. And so now we know going forward, how do we move this up to the second floor and span that gap. And so similar to the way this trim is overlapping the brick, we're gonna have our new exterior surface, which will probably be some kind of hardy shiplap, will cover over the surface of the brick as well. So we've got to make sure that when we do the new framing for the second floor, the finishes are proud of the brick surface. So what's really helpful once we get into demolition, it's not just to demolish and get rid of it, but it's to learn a little more about how this house was built. So we got a lot of good intel going through the demolition process. Let's take a look at the work we've done out back. So outside, we're starting to clean up the back. We got all the old metal siding and all the shutters off the house. We've got the pool emptied out. We'll start filling that in shortly. But one of the best things we did was get that fence down. We'll get all this bamboo cleaned out. We got the shed out. Now you can actually see we've got a good sized backyard here to work within.